Well, even with the rising number of COVID cases in the NBA, the league will play on as of now. When they take the floor on Tuesday, the Lakers look to bounce back after a loss to the Chicago Bulls. And in the return of Devin Booker, the Suns crushed the Hornets. Can a depleted Lakers team take on a red-hot Phoenix team? We now welcome in CBS Sports NBA analyst Tim Doyle, breaking this marquee matchup down. Tim, looking at the odds to win the Western Conference, the Suns and Lakers, they're neck and neck despite drastically different records. Phoenix 24-5, while LA just 16-15. What do you think of that, and who has the better odds to win the conference?
Yeah, that is shocking, Sherry, when you look at it, that you have a team that owns right now the best record in the NBA, the Phoenix Suns. And wait, their odds are right around the Lakers' odds, where we don't even know who's playing for the Lakers, all the drama surrounding the Lakers. Lakers don't have an identity. But if I had to choose between the two of them, man, I like LA in this spot. And here's why. They're intriguing. You remember the movie She's All That? Like, she actually was pretty the whole time, right? All they did was really take her glasses off. That's what the Lakers need to do. They just need to take the glasses off and get everybody on the same page, whether it's Russell Westbrook, Anthony Davis, LeBron James. Like, they need a sequence of games. Is it 18 games? Is it 24 games? You know what it isn't, Sherry? It isn't 4 games. As for Phoenix, you had your chance. You had your chance last year when the entire NBA got hurt and you had a 2-0 lead in the NBA Finals, and you still couldn't win a championship. Like, when is it ever going to fall into place like it did last year for Phoenix, with basically everybody going down who's a key player with injury? So I've seen the Phoenix movie before. As for the Lakers, I'm still intrigued. As for the glasses, sometimes the glasses, it's like the mask. The mask could actually make someone look better looking, and then they take it, oh, whoa, we like this, whoa, keep the mask on, okay? As for the Lakers, I just think there's more intrigue there. Is there any value? Absolutely not. You're paying a premium to bet the Lakers and LeBron James, but if they can put it all together, it's a big if. We actually don't know how good they can be.
Well, let's dig into tonight's game. The Suns, they're favored by 6.5. We're learning LA is getting back Talen Horton-Tucker and Dwight Howard, but head coach Frank Vogel, he is now in the health and safety protocols. What's your read on this?
Yeah, I think the Lakers are a dumpster fire because of what's going on right now. So much of a dumpster fire that they were recently in Chicago, and they called my friend, Robbie Hummel, who just plays in like old man YMCA ball. Robbie was a great player at Purdue like 20 years ago, but they were so desperate for a body in Chicago that they almost called him, signed him, and suited him up. Him and I were texting about that, talking about that. I said, that was the coolest thing I ever heard if you would have played for the Lakers last night. I said, you definitely would have gotten hurt. But when I heard that story from Robbie Hummel, that just told me right then and there, it went, oh, they're a really, really bad place. So 6 points seems like a lot of points to lay, but you got to lay it in this spot. Last out, you talked about, Sherry, Devin Booker was back, and wow, they absolutely cruised, demolished Charlotte, scored 134 points. Now, you know, we all know the defense can be optional for the Hornets. So even though I picked the Lakers as far as more intriguing team in the West, right now at this point in the year, Phoenix is getting healthy. Lakers are a mess. And how cool would that be, Sherry, that you're sitting home on your couch like you're Robbie Hummel, and then all of a sudden you're playing for the Lakers? I mean, I told him, I said, you definitely would have gotten hurt. Like, this is blown out hamstring, torn ACL type stuff. But like, then I had a vision of myself, like, playing for the Lakers, and like I'm dribbling the ball, and then you wake up from your dream. So that would have been a nightmare for Laker fans if I was out on the floor, 39 years old with dad bod. So
I would love to see you out there with the Lakers. You
know, there was a famous singer. He was famous. Now he's infamous. He said, your mind is telling you one thing, but your body, your body may be telling you something else. Okay, so your mind may think you can do it, but your body can't.
Well, there's going to be then a lot of weight on LeBron James's shoulders. He's 8th, though, in the league in scoring, averaging 25.9 points per game. What's your play, Tim, on LBJ point total of 26 and a hook?
You know, over the last 11 games, 7 of them, he scored 30 or more. But now with no Anthony Davis, I always look at it like this, okay? If I'm coaching against LeBron James, do you know who's not beating me? Like, if Sherry, me and you were the coaches, I'd be like, all right, let's bring everybody in. You know who we got to stop in this game? That guy. Like, I'd be like, you want to know something? Make Talen Horton-Tucker make 7 threes. Make Dwight Howard have 24 points. Like, my game plan would be when LeBron steps on the logo, like we're guarding him and we're doubling him at any other instance. So I think the best defensive team in the NBA is the Phoenix Suns. They proved that against the Golden State Warriors, and they whipped up on them earlier this year. They could switch. They got guys that can guard multiple positions. And I'm sorry, this is one of those games where you just force LeBron to give up the ball, so I'm going to go under in this spot.
On the other side, in his first game back after missing 7 straight with a hamstring injury, Devin Booker dropping 16 points and 6 rebounds in 26 minutes. Tim, can he get his legs back under him again tonight to go over 23.5?
You know, I don't know if it's going to be necessary for him to go out there and score this many points. He talked about only having 16. He's working himself back into shape, and with the Suns having a full squad, which is rare for teams right now at any professional level, I don't think it's necessary for him to go out there and have 24-plus points in this spot. So it's kind of boring to take under on both guys, but it's got me thinking a little bit, Sherry, and I don't want to put you on the spot here, but is he the best athlete ever to date a Kardashian/Jenner? Because there was a stretch there when you were dating like a Kardashian/Jenner, whether like your career just poof went up in smoke. So I'm not saying they cost the Phoenix Suns the NBA championship. Maybe they did. Okay. But I think Devin Booker might end up being, they could say James Harden, but Harden's never won a title, right? He dated one of them at the time. So the Kardashian-Jenner curse is a real thing. I don't think it's going to play a factor tonight because I think the Suns are going to roll, and I don't think they're going to need Booker to put up a real big number.
That's an interesting question. We might have to have like a sidebar to figure that one out. But I know you have that hammer somewhere. Grab that gold hammer, Tim. What is your top prop for the Suns-Lakers game?
I like DeAndre Ayton. I like him as a player. I feel bad that if you look at him, you think he's 86 years old, but he's not. Like, he just has an older face. Like, I had an older face, too. People thought I was older, right? I struggled with that. But it did get me into bars earlier than when I was 21 years old. The drinking age should be 18, okay? You could drink a, you vote, you could fire a gun, but you can't have a beer, you can't have a Miller Lite. Come on. As for Ayton, last game, 15 points, 15 rebounds. He's averaging 17 and 11. And Chris Paul is the best thing that ever happened to DeAndre Ayton. DeAndre Ayton, I can tell, I watch a lot of their games. He hates Chris Paul. Like, Chris Paul is the older brother that's like, you can be better. We need more out of you. Chris Paul is pushing DeAndre Ayton because Chris Paul sees the potential in a guy who has an old face and a young body and tremendous feet. So he is pushing him each and every game. And he's just a rebounding machine. I love his athleticism. You know, the Suns didn't give him a bag, and I think they made a mistake. And I think he's out there to prove each and every game. So give me older. Now, Sherry, did they think you were older or younger when you were young?
So I was told I have a very young face, which I appreciate now, probably as I get older. But, you know, it wasn't so bad in college.
Bye, young face.
Tim Doyle, still looking great, still looking young. Previewing, though, the Suns-Lakers game. We appreciate the time. Let's get you a recap of Tim's picks for this marquee matchup. Tim going with thinking the better bet to win the conference is the Lakers, then taking the Suns -6.5, and sticking with the under for both player props for LeBron and Devin Booker. His top player prop for this game, DeAndre Ayton, over 26.5 points and rebounds.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.